I'm a avid learner. I like to learn different things, especially about business. And I'm surprised I haven't just jumped out and quit my job yet and just started my own thing because I'm 30 now and I want to do it. But, being 30 comes with a lot of other responsibilities. As you get older, you get more baggage. But I say that all to say I've taken several courses like on acquiring businesses. A lot of baby boomers are giving up business and they're going into something else. So I've got in contact with business owners, and I've actually tried to buy their businesses and stuff like that. But it all started with courses. So one of the first courses I took was Carl Allen's I guess business buying accelerator or something like that. I took that. I have Cody Sanchez's course, but I haven't watched it or went through it yet. But I'm sure it's going to be the exact same thing. So going through it, I think I can speak on it a little bit and tell you pretty much everything they're going to say. So it's kind of like 3 steps with buying a business, and this is pretty much what they are. And the trick is, it's easy to buy anything. It's easy to buy a business if you have enough money. It's easy to buy anything with enough money. It's a no-brainer. Who cares? With $1 billion, you don't really need a strategy to go, buy a Lamborghini or go buy your dream car or your dream house. It's not a strategy. You say, I have the money, give me what I want. But in this case, with buying a business, you don't have the money. You're the average Joe. You've been working at a job for 10 to 20 years, whatever. And now you finally want to step out and do your own thing. So here are the steps. First, under Carl Allen's course, because that's the only one I've really taken. Under Carl Allen's course, what you want to do is originate the deal. So he calls it deal origination. And all that is getting leads. It's lead generation. It's sending emails and letters, handwritten letters, emails, phone calls to every business that has potential in your mind. And you say, hey, do you want to sell your business? Do you want to sell your business? You going down the line. Hey, Jim, do you want to sell your business? Hey, Mike, do you want to sell your business? Hey, Billy, do you want to sell your business? Hey, Sarah, do you want to sell your business? Hey, Angelica, do you want to sell your business? And finally, Steve says, yeah, I do want to sell my business. I'm looking to get out. And here's the thing. You're looking for off-market deals. So with the off-market deal, you want to run across somebody who is trying to offload a business because they're aging out. This is the big deal for the boomers, because that's where the biggest wealth transfer is going to come from, the boomers. So you say, okay, you want to sell your business, Steve? Okay, usually you talk to them because you have to be personal. It's basically sales, but you're trying to buy something from them. And what you're trying to do is say, okay, Steve, I want to buy your business. Why do you want to step out? Are there problems with the business? Are you having trouble running a business? Are you having trouble getting leads? Can I look at your numbers and see if you're losing money? Let me see what's going on. Can you send me the numbers? And then they have a letter that you send them to get them to send you numbers, and they'll send you quarterly numbers. They'll send you like the last 2 years or the last 3 years. They'll send you whatever you ask for if they're really interested in doing it. But they try to get the last 2 or 3 years or whatever, and they get tax returns and stuff like that. And then you have to make like a you put it into a calculator, and it's a calculator that calculates EBITDA, and EBITDA is like expenses. It's I think it's called an anagram, and it stands for something. It's expenses before taxes and other expenses and shit like that. That's what it stands for. So you get those numbers, you throw them into a calculator, And basically, you can look that shit up on YouTube. Look up EBITDA, how to calculate it, and you want to get a certain amount, because under Carl Allen's course, you don't have any money. You don't have friends with money. Your dad can't give you money. Your parents won't sell a house for you to get the money. So more than likely, you're going to go with the bank and seller financing. Those two coupled up together. And when you go with the bank and seller finances, all you're trying to do is get a deal. So you go, you tell Steve, okay, Steve, it looks like you have enough money, and in the calculator, Carl Allen gives you the calculator, but you can probably look one up on the internet, or you can look one up on YouTube, or you can ask me in the comments, and I'll figure out the calculator for you, and I'll probably want to sell it to you, because that's what Carl Allen does. But I won't charge you nothing crazy like he is. I'll charge you $100, but I'll definitely put one up because it's simple. But you can find it on YouTube for sure. The information is out there for free if you want to dig through it. But you find that, and you find what it would cost, how much you would get on a loan, and how much it would cost to cover the debt service of operating that business and paying yourself, and maybe putting a little bit extra in your pocket. And that's all he does. You need the calculator to do that. And then you need to have a good enough relationship with Steve, the seller, for him to be like, okay, it's cool that you won't pay me $3 million all up front. You can pay me $2.1 million all up front. And this is the deal too with Carl Allen. He wants you to buy bigger businesses with employees already there. He doesn't want you, you don't want to get stuck in a job. This is supposed to be an investment. And with the SBA 7A loan, that's what they're allowing you to do. And they make it so that you can put down 10%. And then they have another thing. Now, these are the rules. It doesn't mean a lender will do it for you. SBA is a government authority. They're like a government agency, but they don't lend you the actual money. They back the money. A company would actually lend you. A bank would actually lend you. So you got to find the right people to do it for you, to give you the right terms, and that's going to take a lot of time in and of itself. So to do this, you're going to have to put in a lot of work. It'll be a lot of time. And hopefully you find a Steve. Hopefully you find a Steve that'll negotiate with you, come up with terms, and will see that it's beneficial for them to sell the business to you. Because they weren't really looking to sell. A lot of people looking to float, even if they're business owners, they're looking to either float into retirement somehow. A lot of the problems they have is they want to pass it on to their children, and their children don't want the businesses. Their children see the headache that their parents had. And what you have to do as a business buyer is try to turn it around and automate things and put systems in place, or you're going to get stuck like they did. But it makes a lot of more money, and it's better than clocking in for somebody else, of course. So it's going to be about the same amount of stress, but you can always go clock in. That's pretty much it. But if anybody has any questions about it, ask me in the comments and I'll tell you more. I do like Carl Allen's course. I think it was very helpful, but it's all in the doing, like every course. It's better to get into it and try to do it than lose it. All right.